In a search for new music and things to talk about and vocals to break down, this popped up on my feed. Motionless in White just came out, I think, 4 days ago. 1.1 million views. Holy hell. Let's watch it together. Let's talk about some vocals. Let's talk about some music. Let's see what's doing. So I have no idea what I'm about to watch here. I have no idea who Motionless in White is, but that's kind of the fun of it.
If you ever leave, it would be the end of me. I would die, but I'd never rest in peace. I'd never sleep without you buried next to me. I would die, but
It's amazing how much color correction can really add to things, how they're popping those reds out. And things like that, but beautiful voice, and obviously I think I'm hearing the chorus of the song already, and very catchy, wonderful chorus.
I'd never rest in peace.
See right there, you can see with his eyeshadow like how much that red's popping out. That's awesome.
I'd never rest in.
What's meant to be or meant to break has got to be decided. A requiem to seal our fate has yet.
So I can't tell if this was filmed or if has the help of AI or both, because this is some high production shit. It looks amazing. I mean, look at this shot right now, like holy hell. So in terms of his voice so far, we're hearing a lot of things I could talk about and break down, but I don't want to get too fluffed out yet with details, so let's continue.
And to be recited was all this suffering just a waste? If emptiness fills the spaces, the bond has reached the
It's kind of cool they added that little stop there. It's always cool when you can add a stop in songs.
waste. If emptiness fills the spaces, the bond has reached the bone. So if love is pain, then
This reminds me a lot of music that I kind of sort of was growing up with, like in the early 2000s in a way, but I'm sure it's going to kick into a more metal type of vibe. But pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, he's done a lot of things vocally to add a lot of emotion, which if we go back to like some of that stuff, we get into like Marilyn Manson, this kind of thing where you're moving out of vocal fry constantly to kind of keep adding, a style and inflection, but it definitely adds kind of this vibe that draws you in. This kind of thing that just keeps creaking a door.
where's the blame and never let me go. If you ever leave, it would be the end of me.
Very nice. Let's see where this is on the keyboard really quick. It would be, because it sounds pretty high, probably deceptively high. Let's get that out of the way. So yeah, pretty high. It would be the death of me. So there's definitely a lot of correction on here. Like it's made to be perfectly sharp and perfectly in tune, which again is typical music nowadays and stuff. And the stuff I write is going to be pretty tuned and stuff too. If you can be perfectionistic with it, a lot of times you're going to be, which again, I'm not faulting anybody, but there's a thing where sometimes you can kind of get away with adding more emotion. The funny thing about adding emotion to a song is that the more it becomes real emotion, the more it usually screws up your pitch. Because if you actually wrote a song and you try to like cry and get emotional through it, it usually sounds like shit. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Like it gets really bad. And I've tried plenty of times. But then when you try to add it in terms of like these inflections and stuff like that, sometimes they can do the same. So you kind of need some of that correction to really kind of, hopefully this is making some sense. But let's back up a second. You hear him kind of distorting some of these notes. And again, it's good that it doesn't just go straight to distortion. It goes to, kind of these clean, powerful, to then a little bit of things, which adds more excitement to certain words. And then, kind of, again, you could have just distorted the whole thing and you'd be like, cool, it's the chorus, but it's not that.
If you ever leave, it would be the end of me.
So it would be the enemy. So there's a reason really quick. Again, if you want to keep talking about vocals here. Why would he distort that word over the other words? If you ever leave is much harder to distort. There would be the end was a little bit easier. And he's moving that backwards. And to me. So that would be this note if you want to practice it. I can't do that right now this morning. You can move that backwards. But if you ever leave... ever leave, it would be the end of me is just a little bit easier because we're turning that into more of an A. It would be the end of me. Oh, that's cool. Of course they have these choir vocals in the background. Great is that shot right there with him at the table. Like I said, that is so great with the candles and stuff like this. So there we have a little bit of that kind of California vibe, and I don't know where these guys are from, but it definitely, when I started teaching, there was a lot of people that were really influenced by a lot of that California vibe. I always take it back to Blink-182 because I'm older, but I would be the death of me. There's a little bit of this kind of extra enunciation thing, and he's not going that ham on that, but you can hear a little bit of that at the end here. I would die, but I would never rest in peace. Again, it's got a little bit of that extra enunciation in there. I would die, but I would never rest in peace. It would be more of how I would sing that, which just doesn't have as much of that. That again, maybe it's a matter of emotion, maybe it's a matter of just his influences and things. But yeah, again, it's got a little bit more of that. I would die, but I would. Yeah, it's kind of maybe it adds to the gothic feel, maybe it adds to the other feels like that too. Motherfuckers got to clean that table up. Look at all this shit. Clean that table, man. Come on now. I was just talking about this with, I think Mafra, however you say her name, and some other people about how much I love female vocals when they're kind of whispery like this. God damn it, I love that. I think something about it sounds so feminine and soft and beautiful, and then there becomes this dichotomy. Like you'll hear Maynard from Tool do this a lot, where he's in a little bit of a whispery place, and then as the song builds or the chorus builds or whatever, he can just go right into this distortional heaviness. But they kind of share a parallel ground together where they're running right next to each other, and one can seamlessly go into the next. So with her starting off like this, da da da, this kind of beautifulness, yeah, you know that it can probably get heavier and heavier, but I just love those breathy feminine vocals like this.
Lost ourselves inside the noise with only scars to guide us. Embrace and show me your darkest places.
Oh, that's really nice too. Hey, if you want to learn more about this stuff, you can click on the link in my description or the pinned comment, and I'll be happy to teach you more about your voice. There's plenty of different ways that we can work together or courses that I offer as well. So let's listen to this again.
To guide us. Embrace and show me your darkest.
So again, we hear that there. Embrace is not as distortable because it comes forward, and show me, and then we can push that back. Again, it's morning here in France, and it's hot as hell, which is why my hair is wet. But I can't just jump right in there. And these are high notes. These are above a typical male's bridge. But let's listen to this again. He's almost entering into a scream in a couple places here. Play! Oh, play! So again, that would be a G4 that you're hitting right there. But play! Again, anytime you're able to open this up vertically, play! You're able to move things backwards. But if you're going like the first note he hit there, he was hitting it. Embrace. You hear he uses a lot of his face there because we can't get that R out of the way unless we completely modify it. Embrace. There's me modifying. Oh, like this. Or I can go brace. face and try to go ooh and get that R in there, which again would be very hard to distort. But show me your can move all back there. Show me your. Oh, show me your darkest play. Play. Show me your darkest play. Let's do it an octave below. Show me your or that's not an octave, but show me your darkest play. 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 Oh. That's great. Tell me you fucking hate this.
Tell me you fucking hate this. We can't go back. This can't be the end. If you
So again, we have those notes coming up again. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. And now he became part of the window too. Oh no. This can't be the end. So again, if you're working on this stuff and you're really trying to work on mixed voice and everything, there's a lot of complicated things, and I have a lot of videos about this stuff. But first of all, we'd have to worry about opening this larynx up, so we can't just go, we can't do too much of this, which is why I brought up the California, this can't be the end, because that's going to make everything harder. And at first, when you're learning it, you have to go the opposite direction. This can't be the end, and learn how to open the throat, and then learn what we can put in the way. This can't be the end, and we can learn how to connect that. But again, screaming into that can be really difficult. Let's listen to it one more time.
can't go back. This can't be the end.
The end! The end!
If you ever leave, it would be the end of me.
I love that right there. And to me, just right at the end of that note.
It would be the end of me.
And to me.
I would die, but I'd never rest in peace. I'd never sleep without you buried next to me. I would die, but I'd never rest in peace. I'd never rest in peace.
Oh, he's going to play piano now. I would actually like to see the other band members in a not window format, just because I feel like they deserve to have some recognition. But yeah, I mean, it's all done so beautifully, and I'm actually jealous of how cool the video looks, and I would love to go to old buildings like this, if it does indeed exist, or it's just some kind of fabrication. But man, to be in old buildings like this and be able to like see when things were actually made, and crafted and beautifully put together with real wood and, heart and effort. So that's always great if you're a live band and you get to have everybody singing along going, oh.
If you jump, I'll jump too. 'Cause I would do anything
So there we hear it again. If you jump, I jump too. Like a little bit of that extra mouth movement thing.
for you. Call it love, call it death.
So now let's really quick talk about some of this screaming stuff, because everybody always wants to know about that, right? Look, if you're trying to learn how to sing better, you're trying to learn how to mix your voice, you're trying to learn how to distort your voice, it's absolutely advantageous of you to start learning how to scream. Whether you chase after metal music, you like it, you don't like it, whatever, it is super fun to learn how to do. And, a lot of people are so afraid of damaging their voice. I'm so afraid of damaging my voice. No, you shouldn't be that afraid. These things repair and heal themselves, and you're going to cough a little bit, and you're going to have some ups and downs. But if you're an aspiring singer, it's very worth recognizing where that line is of, okay, this is kind of starting to mess with my voice a little bit, starting to get a little too scratchy, starting to get a little bit too swollen for the day. I should stop. You don't want to go on tour, go to play a show, go to do something, recording or whatever, and then be like, oh, now that's when I went too far. That's not the time you want to realize that. You want to realize that early on when you're practicing, so that you can know when you push too hard, when you went too far. But anyway, Most of the stuff, if you don't already know, starts off with vocal fry screaming, which is to say, taking those chords that I'm speaking through right now. First, we limit the air so that we just get a little like this. Then we push a little bit of extra air, and we tend to connect. Then we push just a little bit more air, and we start to squeeze so that we get this kind of erratic. So you hear in there's two different things happening. There's and there's a little bit of this old man. Hey, oh, I lost my walker. So there's a little bit of that kind of thing going on there, and we need to control that and can manipulate that so that it's taut and so that it's connected, so that we're not using too much, because the overuse of air is always going to be bad. But anyway, to make it really short here, that's something you can practice. It feels like you're hissing up over top of the vocal cords. So if you can see my hand here. Then we slowly work on trying to put support up underneath that, and you got to learn about your foundation. But there you heard me slowly start pushing that diaphragm into that and supporting that, and then we got a little bit louder. But and again, it's not about volume. But anyway, you hear him screaming in here. We'll back up for a second. I don't know what he said. Call it toe or call it do. Toe! So there we have that scream. There is no me without you. So that was pretty much a full scream. And you could kind of tie it to notes, but it's pretty much just like a chaotic scream without necessarily like, you know. Ooh, there's a brutal scream because it's right on an E. Again, it's that fucking note again, of course. Peace! E's are not fun to sing. Interesting. There was some cool stuff there, man. Thank you for taking this journey with me. I was going to say the chorus was, such a big part of that song. There was nice, cool verses, and they kind of changed it up a little bit. What I liked about it was that they didn't just kind of copy and paste the same fucking chorus over and over again, which is what a lot of people kind of do. Oh, we got a really good take. Let's basically just copy and paste and make the chorus hit you over the head over and over again. But they put the female vocals in there and that female kind of touch, which kind of did create this back and forth and more of a love story type of vibe. But he really did change the way he was singing that chorus and kind of keep amping up the energy and making the song more exciting, so it wasn't just like kind of repeated thing. But really great production, cool song, cool vocals. Again, I love the quieter approach at first, and then that balance between just kind of the belted everything and then having those distortion notes and then just having some of that screamy stuff in there. But what did you guys think? Obviously, people are totally digging this. Obviously, people still want rock and metal music in their life, which is apparent when you see that this was released 4 days ago. So if you guys have other suggestions I could break down like this, you want to walk through things with me, you want to talk about vocals, I'd be happy to do so. Again, if you want to learn more about your voice, find the links in the below description thing, and we'll talk about it. Okay, bye.